I'm super glad that the first episode of Bleach, 1,000-Year Blood War arc, aired. It sounds weird as hell to say, right? Like, I'm just glad that it fucking aired. I truly am. And getting to see exactly the picture that Kubo was trying to put together, being not the director, but he's like a creative director. He's more so like making sure that they're sticking to the script and adding more. Obviously, that wasn't this episode. You know what I mean? This was tried and true to what we saw in the manga. From being in the research department, moving back to Karakura Town, the action sequences were really standoutish, right? They stood out like a motherfucker. The character introductions were fucking phenomenal. I just want to talk about the #1 OST, right? Like the Ichigo entrance, the remix to the song. Fucking brilliant. I love it. I love the remix. It sounds so fucking good. One of the other things, it has to do with the anime. Oh my God, one of the coldest moments. Obviously, we have to talk about moments. My brain is all over the place, but obviously we need to talk about specific moments. But I think my favorite moment, it didn't even have to do with Ichigo. It was with Old Man Yama, bro. When they pulled up on him and declared war, and they was talking mad shit, right? They was talking all this shit, and they were like, oh man, there doesn't seem to be that much protection around you. And he was like, I ain't got shit to fear because I am here. There's no greater security than that. Bro, I lost my shit, right? It's not about what was said, but who said it and how it felt when they said it. Bro, when Old Man Yama said this to these motherfuckers, bro, I was just like, this is what I want to feel. Like, when there's no fear, I like to feel the essence of somebody who knows that they're them, right? He's him. And Old Man Yama did that shit in spades, regardless of seeing Sasakibe get fucking filleted, right? Aside from that, he knew, like, yo, I'm him. That was one of the coldest moments, and I know for a fact, right? Kubo talked about this shit all on Twitter. I know for a fact Yama probably gonna have the coldest fight in this entire anime. To me, it was a really well done fight in the manga, but what we're going to see on a visual scale, based off all of the shit that we saw, like visually how this shit looks, it's going to be a fucking beautiful, it's gonna be a spectacle. There we go. I didn't want to say like a beautiful scene, blah, blah, blah. I think a spectacle is a better term for what we're going to see when that shit comes up. Now that I've got that moment out the way, another moment that I want to go over, not even just a moment, but just graphical, like the graphical fidelity of some shit. Now you guys noticed that a lot of those hollows were mad CG, right? But here's the kicker. They don't look like shit. And it's not even me having rose tinted glasses on because this shit's Bleach, right? That is far from the fact. I want you guys to understand why it looks so good, right? Like why you can see it, but you're overlooking it because of the time of day and the shading that they decided to use on the CG hollows. Masking that shit with nighttime is so fucking valuable that I was just like, why don't other people do this? Instead of putting shitty CG in daytime and making that shit look like complete garbage, which a lot of anime do, to go this route and make them look really good, I couldn't deal with it, bro. I couldn't deal with it. That shit was fire. And then speaking of that, the introduction to the main cast, right? Ichigo, Uryu, Orihime, and Chad, the way they did it was so fucking dope. Did you see Uryu skating, bro? That shit was super raw. Just thinking about this shit makes me happy. This went, okay, I hate to say this. This went from me wanting to talk about shit outside of the episode to talking about the episode, because why fucking not, right? We'll get to the little details that I want to talk about a little later. Ichigo has some of the most fire moments in this episode. Obviously, he's the MC, so that's going to be the case. But bro, them trying to take his Bankai away from him, because you guys know the story. For those of you who've read it, you guys know the story. But I'm not going to go into a deep explanation as to why that'll be, because that's legitimately fucking spoiling the anime. Ichigo in the Getsuga Tensho, how beautiful it looks, seeing the black and white Getsuga. Bro, that shit looks so fucking dope, right? Seeing him do that against Ebern, bro, he was shook himself. He was like, bro, what the fuck? How? This isn't supposed to be like this. It's not supposed to happen like this. Even just the off the rip introduction, which we've seen in every single PV, right? Him walking through with the sword on his shoulder, looking fire as hell, coming in to save these newbie soul reapers who were just like, oh man, you know, we were gathering troops just so that way we didn't have to rely on him. And he pulls up and saves Ryunosuke and what was it, Madarame? I think that was the shorty's name. Pulled up, saved they ass, Orihime with the motherfucking Santen Keshun I reject. Uryu sliding through with my motherfucking Reishi skates, and then Chad, bro. Chad with the La Muerte. Oh, just seeing that shit again gives me chills. This video is going on way longer than I thought it would, and I'm not even like done talking about the shit that I wanted to talk about. Now that we've gotten all that shit out the way, I want to talk about all the little cool things that they just do in here. First of all, there's a lot of like still images that I am a super fan of, right? Obviously being the one that marks the halfway point of the episode. This one being one of the coolest like still shots that I like. I'm like, you didn't have to do this. And then one of the coolest ones, right? One of the coolest ones was the fucking outro. Now, I'm going to be upfront. I was not a fan of the OP from the snippet that I heard. But when you hear it all the way through, I don't know if this is the OP or the ED, but bro, this outro was fucking spectacular. And we got to watch all of Bleach up until now, right? Like, I love paying homage to the old shit because this is what we came here for. This is exactly what we wanted, and it still looks cool as fuck to watch, right? I freaked out when it happened, right? I'm just like, oh, you're doing this? This shit is raw, right? This shit is super raw. And again, I'm walking back what I said in regards to the OP, right? The opening. If this is the opening, I'm here for it. I think it's good. Hearing it like fully for the first time, it sounds really fucking dope in the headphones and not in a shitty quality that somebody recorded at the event that they had this at. And then the way they're doing these outros, bro, you've seen the drawing of Ichigo at the end, and obviously listening to Yubak talk, and it's weird like saying his name like that because I always thought it was Yuak, but it's Yubak because it's German. Hearing him talk still sends chills down my spine, like leading into the next episode, bro. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I am genuinely fucking thrilled, bro. I am genuinely thrilled, and I'm super happy with how the first episode went. Make sure y'all let me know in the comment section if y'all enjoyed it. Let me know if it was to your fucking liking, because honestly, it was to mine. I was so fucking happy the way it was done, and I can't wait to like discuss this with you guys in the comment section. There was so much that I didn't cover because obviously like I'm not gonna cover the entire episode. I may start doing that on episode 2. If you guys want me to, I definitely will. But leave a like if you enjoy, subscribe if you're new. That was a smooth segue into this. It was a smooth segue into this. If you guys would like me to do breakdowns of the episode like fully, make sure y'all let me know. I wouldn't mind doing it, but I don't think it's necessary when you have channels that were dedicated to Bleach who do that. And you guys know who you go to, the James Hansons of the world, DBZ, Imran, and Pet King, and people like that. I don't know if they're gonna cover every episode and be like, oh yeah, this is what the episode missed, or if they're not. But hopefully they do, so that way I don't have to be the one to do it. But like I said, if you guys want to see that, I would not mind doing it. I appreciate you guys for pulling up. As always, it's your boy, xDomoSenpaix, and I will catch you guys in the next video.